Hey, y'all. It's Michelle from Monkey's Creations. Come on in. It's Friday. Woohoo. I'm just a couple seconds early. Just a couple. Good morning. Say hey when you come in. I would appreciate it. It's Friday, y'all. Y'all know what that means, right? What's that mean? We're gonna dance. We're gonna dance. Everybody get up, get off the couch, get out of the bed, get off the chair, put your coffee down. 'Cause it's Friday, woohoo! Yay! We are gonna make a patriotic wreath. Y'all know I love the red, white, and blue. So I have already started. We are gonna make a foam patriotic wreath using the foam from Unique in the Creek. So it comes in the sheets. You get 25 sheets per color. Okay. So if you just pull up foam sheets in the search bar, your foam should come up. We are using, of course, the red, white, and blue. But I believe she has other colors as well. Now I bought this from her probably 3 weeks ago. So I'm pretty sure she still has it in stock. We are using the large flower board. And if you can see, I have loaded every set of holes and every shared hole. Okay. Now, the foam petals, my son actually cuts. So they are 6-inch petals. But if you do not have a Cricut, Jessie from Loose Goose Creations, I've collaborated with her on these. And she has these sets already available. She has it in the red, white, and blue. I believe she's sold out of the yellow sets already. But she has another color coming. But she does have these already cut for y'all. So if you don't have access to a Cricut or have anybody to cut them for you, she has them ready for y'all. Okay. I am also going to use either these Sennas you can get from monkeyscreations.com. So I'm either going to use the 8-inch. I'm probably going to use the 8-inch, but you can use the 10-inch. You missed the Friday dance. What? But I also have this one available as well in the 8 and 10-inch, and either of them will work on this wreath. Okay, but this is probably the one I'm going to use. Now on my website, this is number 1 and this is number 2. So they're just a little bit of a different pattern. So make sure you're paying attention when you order. Okay. So let me bring you down so that we can get started. If you'd float my boat, I would appreciate it. There we go. Good morning, everybody. So, I have already started. What I did, you're going to need 24 blue petals and 28 red and 28 white if you do a 6-inch Senna, because you're going to have to fill these 8 as well if you're using a 6-inch. Okay. Because I'm going to use an 8-inch, we don't need that many. But those numbers are if you're going to use a 6-inch Senna and have to use these inside holes. Okay. Now it's hard for me to read comments because there is a pinned post, so I can only see one comment at a time. So if you have a question and I don't see it, ask it again, and I will go back after and answer any questions I did not answer. Okay? So what we're going to do is I have already loaded on this outside row all of our regular sets of holes. What I'm doing is I'm coming back in and adding the big ones so that they kind of sit on top. See how this white is actually sitting on top of that red? So I am loading all of the regular sets first and then coming back, and Tina's here is answering questions. Awesome. And then coming back and adding the big ones so that they sit on top of that bottom row. It just gives it more dimension for me. Okay, gives it more that 3D effect. So I've got 2 more here to do on the blue. So I like to have that little crease. It's not really noticeable on the camera, but I can see it up close, and it just adds a little something something to it. So we're going to take our 6-inch petal, and I'm just going to fold it in half, just like that. Hold it for a second. Actually, my son did this for me. So I didn't have to cut the petals, but he did it on the Cricut. I have 2 Cricuts, actually. And I've never used either one of them. So there you go. And then I'm just going to take this top piece, fold it down. And so we're just kind of fan folding that bottom piece that's going to go into the zip tie. Okay. And then we're just going to put it right in and zip it up. Now on this one, I'm going to show you a couple different places where you could actually stop and just add your senna and call it done. Okay. So 6-inch petal, fold it in half. Now if you want to do it up, then just hold it like this and then just bring both of your edges down to meet that bottom piece. I am out. Okay. And then zip it right in. Now I kind of quartered, so this blue section, I went straight from the top to the middle and then straight over. That's our blue section. So these are all going to be blue, and then the rest is going to be red and white. Okay. So this will go pretty quick. I know it looks like a lot of petals, and it is a lot of petals, but it goes quick. Okay. Yes, my Cricut was definitely busy. So here we go again. I'm going to go with the regular set of holes, and then we're going to come back and fill the shared set. Okay. Let's see how quick and easy that goes. So what is everybody doing this weekend? Are y'all having fun? The basics are easy on the Cricut. Yeah, I'm sure they are. I don't have the patience, I think. Like, it almost seems too tedious for me. But if you have a Cricut, you can definitely, it's your 7-year anniversary for giving your husband a kidney. Wow. That's awesome. What an amazing gift. Okay, last blue. See how I wrote that? That's the amazing part about these boards is you can write your pattern right on. So if you can see up close in my scribble, so I know exactly where I'm putting everything. Good morning. You couldn't find me. I was right here waiting for you. I don't have a template. All I can say is they are 6-inch petals that my son came up with. And the biggest part of it is about 2 3/4 inches from here to here. So we're going to cut those off just so we don't have to deal with a lot of zip ties. And then we're going to go to the white because that's what my board says. So just fan fold that. And that'll make it sit up and sit party. No Cricut, but you'll watch anyway. That's okay. Watch and learn. Watch and learn, friend. I mean, if you want to sit out and cut all these petals by hand, you can. Or you can go get them from Loose Goose Creations, who has this set already cut for you. So you just have to sit back, wait for them to get in the mail, and make it. Easy peasy. All these zip ties kind of get in your way, so if you don't want to mess with them, just load your first set, and then once you have those petals in, just go back and load the next set that's going to sit on top, if you don't like to mess with all of the zip ties. And Lori had an amazing tip yesterday in the VIP that I will share with y'all because she gave me permission to. If the foam pieces are ever just too dull for you, because let's face it, they don't have sparkly, they're not vibrant like a glitter foam would be or something like that. You can spray it with a Krylon spray, or you can take Mod Podge and go over it just lightly. I was looking to see if my Mod Podge was in here, and I could do one for y'all. because I just thought of it and it's not. But if you want it a little bit glossier, just put a thin coat of Mod Podge or spray it outside with the Krylon gloss, and that'll give it more of a little bit of glossier finish. And you won't need a lot, so don't glop it on there, just a thin coat. And you can even add, you know, a little bit of glitter, or making the dragons. I know I love making the dragons. Or the diamond dust. Now, once we get this row on, I'm going to show you that this could actually be a stopping point at this row. If you have a 10-inch sign or Senna. I know Lori has some awesome patriotic signs. All right, let's go ahead and cut off these. Just so those ends, we can get them out of the way. Okay, now we're going to come back with the one that's going to sit on top. Okay, so I'm just bringing it up so it sits on top and gives it more of a 3D look. Good morning, you late to the party, girl. Where you been? This is the large Unique in the Creek flower board, but it can be done on the small one as well. Housework. Are you coming to my house next? I need it. I'll pay you in wreath supplies. All right. So we've got our blue all done. We're going to come back and we're going to add our red, because I wrote on my board and that's what my board says. Well, hello, Charlotte. I love the Halloween you were working on this morning. How are those bricks going to work out for you? I saw your post yesterday. Charlotte is a designer in the VIP group, but she was on her main page this morning working on Halloween. My vampire wreath. I didn't do a vampire wreath. Are you talking my dragon wreath? Gonna rain there? Yeah, it's gonna. We had some nasty storms come through last night. I love a good storm at night, though. I sleep really well, usually. Unless the thunder is, like, really, really loud. Anybody else like that? Sleep really well when it's raining? Thanks, Charlotte. Was she, Nancy? Didn't catch any of hers this morning. I was prepping for this one. So a couple more on this row, and I will show you how this could be a stopping point if you wanted to stop. This foam did come from Unique in the Creek, so you can grab your foam sheets there. Grab your boards, grab your zip ties. Two more pieces. Counting down. Thanks. Good morning, good morning. All right, let's get this cut off. There's a trash can down here, y'all. I'm not just throwing it on the floor. All right, so if you get the 10-inch Senna, then you can call that one done right there. The fireworks right in the middle. So this one is number 2. This one is number 1 on my website. They both work. We're going to do another row, and I'm going to show you another stopping point. So there would actually be 3 stopping points on this one. One with a 10-inch, one with an 8-inch, and one with a 6-inch. I did take a picture of the board, but I didn't think of it until after I got all my zip ties in. But I will post that, and it shows where the colors, where I'm putting all the colors. You'll just have to read them through the zip ties. Sorry, I didn't think about doing that before I put in the zip ties, but I did take a picture of it after. But it's really just take the top of your board, go to the middle over blue, and the rest is red and white. I'm gonna do red. No, my son cut these on the Cricut. Come on, girl, you know me. I'm not gonna hand cut all these. Cricut has templates. This one my son made, and it's just a 6-inch petal. But you can get all kinds of templates on Cricut. I just told him what I needed, and he figured it out. Right, last red on this row. So let's cut these off. Add our top layer. Thanks. All right. Go back here to our blue. Somebody's rummaging around in the kitchen. Tay's home this morning because she's getting ready to fly to Colorado. probably hurt. I told her I was just going to get me a ticket real quick and go with her. She laughed at me. She's like, you wouldn't leave. Like, don't tempt me. All right, last blue. And we're going to come in with our white. This one's actually kind of fun. It goes super quick. Because there's not a lot to, I mean, it's just 3 folds, right? Until you slip and bust out an eyeball. And leave the guys to fend for themselves? We could. We could. Even upside down, that one kind of looks cool. If you want the veined part of it going up, you could do that way as well. Two more, y'all. Last one. All right, so right here is another stopping point. For your 8-inch Senna. You could stop right there. Sit like that. I always have my blue in the upper left-hand corner as you're looking at it. Now, if you want to use a 6-inch, I should have brought a 6-inch, but I didn't. I actually have an orange. So you can see, you can still see the zip ties. So you will have to fill in these 8 right here. Now I'm going to go ahead and do it. And if you get the kit from Loose Goose Creations, you will have enough to do that center, okay? But if you get an 8-inch sign, you do not need to. So we're going to do our regular set. If you wanted to use a 6-inch. Well, if I can get it in there. I wasn't gonna do this, but some of y'all may have a 6-inch center you want to use. So I want to show you kind of what it would look like. So we're going to do our blue, still in that blue section. And then just go back and add your shared hole. So using the foam is definitely, you can get like a cleaner look, a more precise petal. You don't have to worry about fraying, anything like that. So I'm going to go white, white. And then go back and add our red on top. Oh, the foam would be good for a dragon. You're gonna make me come up with another design, aren't you? Why do I feel it coming? wish I'd thought to grab a 6-inch sign. Actually, I may have one over there, but I might hurt myself trying to get to it. Okay, so there would be your layout if you want to add a 6-inch sign. Let me see if I can get over here without... There it is. So here's a 6-inch metal sign from Unique in the Creek. Now I don't think I would use this one because this would go on more of a rustic because it's not a true white. But this will give you an idea. Oh, hold on. Let me get it in there right. So that'll give you an idea of what a 6-inch Senna would look like. Okay. But we're going to go with this one. So this is an 8-inch. So an 8-inch, you do not need to do that inside row. And then just take and feed your pipe cleaners through those 2 inside holes. Do I have the Home of the Free fabric? I believe that one is sold out already. So there it is with the fireworks. Where can you buy the dragon? The dragon is a costume, kid's costume on Amazon. And then if you wanted, you could always add stars. I'm not gonna because there's a lot going on in that Senna. But depending on which Senna you use, you could add little foam stars to the tips. You know, something like that. Depending on what you're going to put in the middle. Yeah, it would. It would for sure. So once my fabric is sold out, then I don't bring them back. So once the design is gone, it's gone. So I don't have a whole lot of each one. Except the eagle. The eagle I did bring back because that one was really, everybody wanted that one. But there you go. Look how cool that looks. And there would be your 6-inch if you wanted the 6-inch. So I'll take a picture of it both ways. And y'all can decide which one you like better, this or that. So, large Unique in the Creek flower board, foam from Unique in the Creek, If you have a Cricut or you want to cut out your own petals. If not, Loose Goose Creations has the foam petals already cut out with the exact number you need for a 6-inch Senna. But like I said, if you want to, I gave you 3 stopping points. So the first 2 rows would be a 10-inch. The next row would be an 8-inch. And the middle row would be a 6-inch. Okay, so 3 different stopping points on one wreath. And you could easily say it's done. All right. Any questions? Any questions? All right. Use pinking shears for the dragon. Yep, I could definitely do that. For sure. Look, she's trying to get me to come up with another dragon design, y'all. I see what she's doing. I see you. I see you. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. VIP. I am up tomorrow with y'all, so I will see you tomorrow. Everybody else, y'all have an amazing weekend. And I will see you right here, same time, same place in 2 weeks. All right. Bye, y'all.